You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are champs. Yeah. Roll south to Freedom Park, rocking pink and black. Official tissue in the 305, bounty full of grapes. The Battered Fan with Chris and Dan dropping hot takes. Messi and the Herons start the season with a star on the crest. So 29 fan bases can cry, cause we the best. Sign homegrowns like Noah, Frey and Ruiz, replacing goats with greats. Yeah, Miles got the cheese and he called it. Freedom to dream was the backbone. From Lockhart to Miami, it feels good to be at home. Multiple times a week on YouTube and audio. Take the time to subscribe, like and share the show. So check and chat, grab your MLS cup and coming. No question about it, I'm ready to get a star again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode 514 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Gunnar, alongside me, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I love that you're rocking the Florida Marlins deal going on. I love that. So well.
But, I mean, now that you said it, I'll throw it out there. Make sure that you're catching the Battered Marlins fans who dropped an episode, started the season 3-0. So, Battered Marlins fans today dropped an episode. Battered Heat fans dropped an episode. It was basically just us ranting about how bad they are. Battered Dolphins fans dropped the first episode today. So if you are a Miami Battered fan, make sure you check out all the Battered networks. And obviously you got Battered Herons coming at you right now. So like and subscribe to all of those. Chris, we've been off for a week. Spring break, international break. How you been, sir?
Good. I mean, I've kind of been itching to just talk, because I just like to talk. And it's been kind of like sucky to not be here with you in the chat. It's been, but we're coming up to a big week this week. We're going to talk a little bit about this World Cup extravaganza and a little bit of stadium talk today.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the international break. We were on spring break, international break. Football was still going on. We were still talking football. We were talking U.S. men's national team. I got the Colombian teams I'm talking about. And Chris is going global soon. And shout out to everybody, because every episode I've been promoting it. Battered footy fans, Chris is going to go global. We're at 70 subscribers. We haven't dropped an episode yet because we're trying to pressure Chris into doing this. But shout out to everybody, because we got 70 subscribers already. They want to hear Chris go global, trying to get this going maybe for the World Cup or at least next European soccer season, football season. I apologize.
Yeah, so, come on, don't be disrespectful.
Yeah,
we're on the other side of the pond, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta bring it.
All right. So international break, we had 7 players. Am I right? It was a 7? 7 players go off on international duty. No, I'm off. 11 players. My fault.
Yeah,
11 players go off on international
I don't know about Velasco Segovia. I didn't find any games for Venezuela. So I don't know if he went to just go vacation to Venezuela, but I mean, it says 11 there, but I think it's only 10.
All right. Well, so just so everybody is aware, like I said, Chris is going global. And by the way, Venezuela played against Uzbekistan. So,
okay.
From what I'm seeing.
All right.
I don't know. So I think that's what just popped up. Chris is going global. So I stayed with the locals. I watched the U.S. men's national team, Colombia, obviously. And then Chris kept up with everybody else. So Chris decided he was going to catch everybody up on International Friendly Week and let everybody know how they're doing. And shout out to, hold on, Chris. I need to make sure I give credit to the person, because there was somebody that sent us a message that told us that we should do this. And Chris loved the idea and he ran with it. Trexel, or TRXELLE on Instagram. Shout out to you. For those of you guys who don't know, we also have an Instagram account. We don't use it as much. We've been trying. So just make sure that you follow us on Instagram also. It's Battered Miami Fans, because we do all Miami, post about all Miami sports there. And Chris, I'll let you take the reins, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Pitbull.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll start from the bottom left, because I guess we'll leave Argentina for last. Right? Leave the best for last, I guess. So I'll start from the bottom left.
Real quick, by the way, Venezuela also played on Friday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
And what's
they played
well,
against Trinidad and Tobago.
okay. Well, I mean, do you have I'll let you catch up and see if Velasco Segovia had any playing time. But
Mhm.
starting off in the DR, the Dominican Republic, catching up with Ian with Boatwright. I was gonna say Ian Frey. With Israel Boatwright, Dominican Republic ended up playing against El Salvador on last Thursday, and they ended up playing against Cuba, coincidentally, yesterday, who Cuba's been looking good. By the
Have
way,
they?
Danny? Yeah. Yeah, they're
I don't
looking
believe
good.
you for some reason.
Oh man, they're looking good. That's a team. Un equipazo. Okay. So Dominican Republic versus El Salvador had no Boatwright starting or off the bench. But for those of you that kicked it back when crack was whack, your boy Edison Ascona was able to get the start against El Salvador. And he got a yellow card, by the way. So Edison Ascona for president. Okay. I still think we should have him, by the way. And then against Cuba, no Ascona start, but he comes off the bench. No, he doesn't come off the bench. Boatwright also is on the bench, but he doesn't come off the bench. So there's your Dominican Republic update, everybody. Then we jump over to Jamaica, a team I am following very closely because they are my second favorite team. They actually play tomorrow against DR Congo for some big stakes, Danny. They played played this past week against they played last week against New Caledonia. They ended up winning 1-0. Ian Frey did I believe come off the no, he wasn't even listed on the roster. I believe that he was training with the team. So I think he's going to be on the lineup tomorrow. But again, for those of you rocking with us back when crack was whack, Damian Lowe came off the bench for Jamaica. And then, of course, Andre Blake for those MLS lovers. He played and he played pretty well. Shutout City.
Jamaica won.
Yes.
If Jamaica wins tomorrow against Congo, whoever wins that match is going to qualify for the group that has Portugal, Colombia, and Uzbekistan. Yes. So just so everybody's aware. So those two teams are playing against each other, and it's a playoff. Whoever wins enters that World Cup group.
Yes. And then next, we move over to Noah Allen. So we'll run over to Greece. Greece ended up playing against Paraguay, and they ended up losing 1-0 to Paraguay. Noah Allen not listed on the roster, not a starter, not off the bench. And Paraguay, actually, your boy Diego Gomez, shout out to Diego Gomez, right? Rocked the pink with the collar with us. And he scored the only goal in the game, the winning goal, by the way. So
Paraguay isn't a bad team. You know what the funny thing is, and I don't want to get too much into this, but anybody that's interested in the U.S. men's national team, we're talking about it on the Battered Soccer Show, and a lot of people have kind of penciled in Paraguay as a win for the USA. Paraguay is a good team. Like I don't know why people are penciling in that as a win for the USA, but that's interesting because you brought them up, and they have a solid squad.
Yeah, no, they do. And Paraguay, first of all, they've been like doubted. I guess they've been doubted a lot, but I mean, they got a pretty solid team. Now, as far as the U20s, when it comes to the USA team, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Santi Morales, Daniel Pinter, and Shaw. I mean, they didn't play for USMNT, but they played for the U20. 22s or U20s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did. I'll be perfectly honest.
My understanding is that I heard that Shaw scored a goal. No.
Yes, Shaw did score a goal. I don't know about Morales or Pinter, and I'm surprised because Pinter has been a baller for us on the first team. So I imagine that Pinter probably had some pretty outstanding minutes. And Isaiah, let me tell you something. I told you it's in the mail. I got to mail this thing across the pond. I mean, you think it's going to get there and then all of a sudden it spits back? I got to send it to another address? I mean, now Diego Gomez is in Paraguay. I got to resend it over there. Like, guys, what do you expect? I've sent like 5 letters already. It just hasn't gotten there yet. So, and let me tell you something. This question that came up here, Amy asked if I prefer donuts or tres leche, and they're asking you too, Danny. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going with tres leche every day. Why would I want to eat like a doughy ass stale donut?
Absolutely.
Why am I making it a stale donut, by the way? It doesn't have to be a stale donut. It could be like a fresh one off the presses.
I think donuts are kind of overrated.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a little drastic.
Yeah,
What do you mean donuts are overrated? Donuts are like, you can get all kinds of donuts. You're gonna say Krispy Kreme donuts is like overrated? That's Krispy Kreme.
It's okay. I just think it's overrated. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's a little overrated. Look, I'll take tres leches over a donut.
I mean, people are dunking their donuts in coffee. Like, you know, it's kind of like your cookies and milk. What do you mean? Ew. People did that all the time. I mean, I don't know if they still do that, but that sounds, I've never done it, but it sounds good.
I don't know. When I go, like, there was this Voodoo Donuts. Remember, I was with you. Remember, we went to the one in Universal Studios, and everybody's hyped up. There's this long ass line, and it's just a donut, and then some have a couple pieces of cereal on it. Some pieces have a couple chocolate on it. Like, it's just a effing donut. Like, it's not. I don't know. Yes, no, we're gonna talk about Casemiro. We're just letting Chris is dipping his toes in the global market. Battered footy fans, if you haven't already, get on YouTube. Go and subscribe. I'm trying my best to pressure him into it. You know, he's trying to get comfortable with it. So we're going to show him that there's people that actually want to hear him talk about it. Because I think that's the thing. I think Chris is worried that look, and shout out to Chris, because a lot of people are know-it-alls, and they're like, oh man,
very
Chris
critical.
doesn't know anything. Yeah. And Chris jumped in here and talked about football, even though he was brand new to the sport, and put himself on camera, and he did it anyway. And I appreciate that he did it, because that's not something easy to do. One, to just podcast for the first time, and two, to talk about a sport that you just started following. And I think he's done an amazing job over the last 5 years. And now I'm asking him to come out of his comfort zone again. And you know what? He's willing to do it. So one, I appreciate him for that. Two, I appreciate anybody that's following the channel already. And three, if you're going to watch it and be critical, just don't watch.
And you're not even letting me pick like a League 2 English team. Like, I would have picked like a down in the dirt team, and you're like, oh, you can't.
But you don't even have to pick a team. That's the thing. You don't even have to pick a team.
Well, I do kind of have to pick a team, but let's keep going. First of all, Mark, you need to be banned. Krispy Kreme is overrated. You're banned. In my opinion, if I can ban you, you're banned. Nothing like a local bakery donut. Yeah, I get it. Okay, fresh, whatever. And Mr. Krabs will drop a link somewhere down there. So there goes your American update. So I guess American update, Shaw scored a goal, and that's basically it.
And I don't even know if he did score a goal. We're going based off of what Xavier. I think Xavier had the info right there, and I'm dropping the link right there if anybody wants to follow the Battered Footy Fans channel. All right, so you've gone over Shaw, Pinter, Morales, Noah Allen, Ian Frey, Izzy Boatwright, and now we get to, and I don't want to minimize the guys we just mentioned, but the ones that we see more often, the starters, right? The regular starter, even though Ian Frey, I think he's going to be a starter, has been a starter. Noah Allen also. But the more regular starters, starting with Telasco Segovia. Now, the last 5 minutes that you were talking, I took a deep dive into Venezuela, and they played a game. They played 2 games, but it was like, it's like those preseason Franco having to go deep undercover to find out what the scores, and like I saw the score.
You know what? I'm over it. I'm over it, Danny. You can sit in that for all I care, because you were criticizing me before the show about taking long and not getting Argentina stuff.
If you want to put it out there, I'll put it out there.
No, you could do it.
Okay, so this is why I was criticizing Chris. You want to know why I was criticizing Chris?
Why?
Because he told me, oh, I found out about Edison Ascona. I found out about Damian Lowe, but I didn't find out any info on Messi or Berterame. what kind of show are we doing? We're literally an Inter Miami show. We're covering basically Messi's like last couple years of his career, and you're like, oh, but yeah, we're talking about international break and how the players are playing internationally, but I haven't found out anything about Messi or Berterame. Messi, duh, we need to find out how Messi did, and Berterame, literally the guy that everybody's like, this guy sucks. Let's see how he did internationally. I have no idea. So don't tell me.
Well,
You're looking up guys that aren't even on our team anymore.
First of all, Izzy Boatwright represents Dominican Republic with Ascona. So it's just a twofer right there.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with Ian Frey with Jamaica and Damian Lowe. Another twofer. Okay. So, and I had to dig in the crates for those. And on top of that, like finding information for Greece. I mean, Noah Allen, you would think his name would pop up with all the names that, and if you're Greek, bless you, because your last name, I will never be able to pronounce it. It is fantastically long. And on top of that, like I had to dig in the dirt for those stats.
That's
like
right.
you want
he's Greek.
You want Messi stats in Argentina? You just put Argentina like a robot, and everything pops up for you.
So it should have been the first thing you looked for.
I gave you the easy ones. Okay, I was digging in the dirt earlier. Okay, so let's get to Canada, where I really wanted to get to. Dane St. Clair. Okay, lets in 2 goals against Iceland. Oh, and by the way, Danny, here's your twofer. Kamal Miller got the start. The best center back that Inter Miami's ever had.
I agree with that. I second that.
So Kamal Miller got the start.
Falcone is getting up there.
Got the start in front of St. Clair, which, by the way, it's his fault that the first goal was scored, but I'm still going to blame St. Clair a little bit too. But yeah, that's the only game that they've played. They play tomorrow against Tunisia. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So, and then we get over to Mexico and Argentina, I guess. Go ahead. Let us know how Berterame did it for Mexico.
Berterame played 30 minutes. It was a 0-0 draw against Portugal. I don't know if you guys saw Estadio Azteca finally reopened, and it was quite the sight, but it ended up being a no draw. Portugal, one of the World Cup favorites, so it definitely wasn't an easy opponent. He got 11 touches the entire game, which only played like 30-plus minutes, so not a lot of chances. Portugal is a far superior team. Mexico overall had 1 shot the entire game, so they basically defended for their lives. They came out with the draw. But Berterame was basically useless in that game.
Well, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, like there was almost a big fight in the Mexico game. I saw a couple clips where like they were fighting a bunch of people in the Portuguese team, which, by the way, I have some thoughts about this Berterame with this Mexico team. Like, I mean, I'm not Argentine or anything, but I would find it kind of traitorous that like you're Argentine and you're playing for Mexico. Like, is it sort of get in where you could fit in because you got no shot in the Argentine team? Like, why are you flipping teams, my boy? Why don't you come back? I mean, I guess, but
he can't go back now. Once you play for a team, it's not as easy. I know that people have done it. Who was it? It was, oh my god, that old looking guy. I'm blanking on his name. Was Brazilian, and then he switched over and started playing for Spain. I'm sure somebody in the chat's gonna tell me, but he looks old as hell, and he wasn't even that old. Somebody will tell me, but it's not that. Like Noah Kai Banks. He's a center back. He's like 18, 19 years old. Diego Costa. Thank you. I knew somebody would remind me of their name. Diego Costa. Yes. Noah Kai Banks, center back. Amazing young prospect. USA's dying. They need him because we got Tim Ream at 57 years old starting right now. Looks horrible against Belgium. So they need him, but he has a dual citizenship. He can choose between the USA and Germany. I mean, if you have a chance to play for Germany, like you have a chance to play for a perennial World Cup winner, or do you play for the USA? So that's the wonder right now. But he has to pick right now, because let's say he picks the USA and the World Cup goes poorly. He can't be like, all right, it's September, World Cup's over, now I want to go play for Germany. That's not how it works. So it's a very important decision, and you just can't flip-flop.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this much. Like, this reminds me of like Raheem Sterling. Like, if I was like a true Jamaican fan, I'd be furious that he's playing for England. Like, and I get it. You went to England when you were young as shit, but like, you need to come back to homeland, my guy. Like Raheem Sterling on Jamaica.
But I'm 100% sure that if he couldn't make the English team, he probably would have played for Jamaica.
Well, but he's good as shit, so that's why he makes the English team. What?
Okay.
Is he okay,
Yeah.
guys? Is he okay, or is he like better than okay here?
Nah, his best days
That's
are behind
right.
him.
Zaha did switch. Well, I mean, if he goes to Jamaica, Jamaica's killing everybody. Jamaica's
Rodrigo
killing
De Paul. Rodrigo De Paul played the second half of the game against, I forget who they played against. Who did they play against? They played against
They played against a shit team, is what they played against. Zambia.
Mauritania. He played the second half. Argentina overall didn't look necessarily crisp, because you would expect that they would kill a team like that. But Messi and Rodrigo De Paul came in the second half. Rodrigo De Paul played a pretty good game. He had 7 passes into the final third. He was pretty accurate with the ball. He won a couple duels. Just going back, I didn't watch the game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched Argentina play against Mauritania. But looking at statistically, it looked like he had a good statistical game. It says that he had a good passes into the final third. He won a bunch of duels. And Messi, likewise, played the same amount. He played the second half only had 2 incomplete passes, 36 touches. Yeah, I mean, they look like they played
he
decent,
and Messi did have chemistry.
Yeah, but I did read a lot of people saying, and then the Argentine players themselves came out and said that they did not feel like they looked very good. So, you know, that's I didn't watch the game. I'm not gonna watch the game that they play tomorrow either. But that's what I heard. Poach his ass. But I don't know. We talked about it on the soccer show yesterday.
And shout out to Heat 23 said, Danny, I had on my teal Dawson Marlins throwback on Sunday. Hottest baseball throwback right now.
Oh man, this is what I got.
Renteria, wow.
Yeah, boy. Repping my cafeteros. Anybody want?
So yeah,
cafeteros.
That basically wraps up the call-ups.
Yeah, that's it. Look, it was an interesting idea. It's kind of hard to update everybody, because if it was only like a couple people that like had high-profile games, it'd be easier. But like, I'm not watching the U20s. I'm not watching Dominican Republic against Cuba. I'm not sneaking into bushes to watch Venezuela against Trinidad and Tobago. You know, and this was something that somebody came to us with. I think it was like on Sunday, I want to say. So you know what? It was a great idea for the next international window, which actually technically won't be when it'll be the World Cup. But I'll make it a point to pay more attention, because I think this is a great idea. And shout out again to that person for the idea. I think it's great to kind of keep up with that. And
Sean Callahan saying, need a Juan Pierre shirt. How about a Gary Sheffield shirt?
Oof.
Huh?
The teal with the Gary Sheffield, yeah. Look, they dropped. They already sold out. Actually, the teal jerseys. They're gonna have to wait for them to restock. No. Yeah. Well, but, shout out to everybody. And again, if you're a Marlins fan, battered Marlins fans, we're 2 episodes into the season, so make sure that you check us out.
Well, that's the wrap up for international call-ups. And you guys wanted to talk about Casemiro. The fact of the matter is, guys, we got $17,000 in the bank, no DPs. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we sell off Lujan or we sell off Beterame, and possibly we'll be able to have space for him, either for big money, for a TAM.
Casemiro.
I don't know if you had an idea of how you wanted to lead into this, but that's your lead. Get into it.
Casemiro isn't coming.
No way, dude. All these reports out there, you guys are reading drunkreports.org.
It's the same people that were posting that Modric was linked to us, and Bernardo Silva the year before that, and that Xavi was gonna come be the coach. Like, come on.
17.3K. Don't disrespect that $300. That can go a long way. That's buying a futon for Casemiro so he could move in with Yannick Bright and his efficiency.
I don't know what that meant.
Because I missed $300, $17,300 is what we have in the bank account. And that $300 is going on an offer up futon.
So Casemiro isn't coming. He's not coming. And I know this is gonna be. I'm gonna get crap for this, but I don't care. I don't want him to come. And not because I don't think he's good, but my God, you look at this roster, and people are like, you know what? You seen that Star Wars meme where Kylo Ren is like, more. Like, yes. That's it. We got our squad. Like, this is a good squad. Yeah. You need a better manager, maybe, but you got a good squad. You guys just want to build a European squad to just basically not lose, just curb stop everybody. Like, no, I'd rather everybody that comes, I want them to spread out, and then just make it a fun season. Give us some competition. God, I don't want Casemiro. If it was up to everybody, let's get Bernardo Silva, let's get Casemiro, let's get Dibu at goalie, let's get what's his face?
Who's this guy from Liga MX? This guy, the Spaniard center back. What's his name? I think he's Spaniard. The guy with the ponytail.
I don't know. They would bring everybody. And come on, man, let's just spread it out. We already got our squad. Our squad is good as it is. Yeah, it didn't win. You know what? A lot of that might be on coaching. But if you
Sergio Ramos, yes, Mr. Krabs.
Sergio.
Yeah,
of course, Sergio. But come on, like, you guys want everybody, and I get it, right? Like, everybody's like, oh, boy, I'm an Inter Miami fan. Of course, I want everybody. Like, no, that's it. We got a good squad. Now, Berterame was a bad move.
Yes.
If you can move him and bring somebody to replace that DP spot, I'm okay with that, because that was a bad move. I said it from the start. It was a stupid move.
That's the point I wanted to make. I feel like, yes, we just made a catastrophically bad move, and I'm hoping that it pans out because we still got the rest of the season to deal with. But at this very moment, what we brought him in for totally blew it. We wasted that money, and we wasted the DP spot. Totally blew it with Berterame. Beta blew it.
Well, Berterame is here, and he's probably here to stay for a while, and that's why I was so upset about it. I don't want to be bad anymore. Me either, but when you play in a league of parity, you're not going to win every year. You can't be Bayern in Bundesliga where you win it like 15 years in a row, or Juve that won it in Serie A for like 15 years in a row. Like, that doesn't happen here. And I'm glad that it doesn't happen here. I want there to be some drama. I think it's boring when you know what the outcome is going to be at the end of the year. So whatever. I wouldn't want everybody to come. But if you tell me that they can somehow move on from Berterame and get another DP, that's cool. I'm up for that. But just everybody wants everybody. Like, oh my God, bring everybody. Mbappe, you want to come just for a year? Come on. And Neymar, you want to come over here and play
Neymar for a James contract?
He's like, Jesus Christ, man. That's it. Everybody's so excited. Like, just come on, let's keep adding. We've added a lot. I don't know if you've noticed, but MLS fans hate us because we've added so much. And it doesn't make sense how we've added so much. But you want to keep going.
I mean, Sean Callahan's pointing the finger right at you. He's saying, it's boring knowing that outcome, says the
Yankees haven't won in 17 years. And they don't spend like they used to.
The Yankees look good. They got the sweep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yankees look good.
But that's fine. Good. But this is the third year in a row that they get a sweep to open the season. And look, 17 years without winning a championship. That's how it is in the United States, though.
The difference with the Yankees is like they're expected to always be great. That's the battered slogan with the Yankees.
But I'm okay with Inter Miami constantly being in the mix, constantly making it to the Final Four. But like the fan base, like as soon as they see somebody's available, ooh, Salah. You know how many people have talked about Salah?
Oh, what a
disaster. My God, Mohamed Salah. Can you imagine how good he would be if he would replace Allende? What? The legend Allende, you want to replace him with Salah, and then you probably want to bring in a striker. Let's bring in Casemiro again. Let's bring Dibu for a year to play keeper. It's like, Jesus Christ! Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah.
let's spread it out. Let's spread it out.
Well, I think we got some stadium talk to get to because
Go
there's a
for it.
lot of things happening this week. So for those of you that are season ticket members, and I think it was mentioned, I think I starred the comment. It's by Jess. Okay. And Jess says, is anyone going to the stadium test event Thursday? So for those of you who don't know, there is a test event on Thursday for season ticket members where you can be able to go out there and get a look at your seats firsthand for the first time, unless you were in that corny ass video that I didn't get invited to. And Danny, okay,
There was a video.
Yeah, you remember those that they called people over to come see
but
the
I
stadium?
never got to see the video.
Oh yeah, they had a video and everything. It was like four or five pairs of people. They're like, oh my god, I've been an Inter Miami fan for so long. Oh my god. Well, I didn't get the call, so that makes me angry. Okay, so now I get to go see my seats, and you get to go there and watch, players practice, and they're just gonna take my money because I'm gonna buy as much as I can at the shop because there's less people there. And so that's on Thursday. And then there's this heebie-jeebie right here, where if you're not a season ticket member on April 2nd on Thursday, between 1 and 6, you can actually sign up and you can be able to go into the new stadium, speak to a rep, and they'll be able to kind of walk you through the stadium where you can, quote unquote, select your seat. That's cool. That's interesting. I like that.
That is pretty cool. I kind of blindly chose my seats. I have no idea how the field's gonna look for my seats.
Dude, you know what? I was watching one of the games over this past week where I think it was in Nashville. A Nashville fan posted up a picture of a game that was in Nashville, and the guy was sitting in row 1, and in front of him was blocked like media people. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, for us that are in row 1, if there's people in front of me, I'm clotheslining every single person.
Yeah, and my seats are in the Messi stands. That's cool. Shout out to Jesse boys. They announced that there's a Messi stand.
Yes.
No, if you look, remember I told you when we were talking about Battered Herons a couple minutes ago how in Estadio Azteca they just reopened it. They showed a picture of everybody sitting in row 1, and then the little billboards that go around the state, the pitch, it was so high you couldn't see anything.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna take me too long to find the picture. Let me see if I can find it. But
well, I mean, while you find that, they asked if we're gonna go. I'm gonna try to make it, and I'm probably gonna make it because I work right next to the airport, basically.
But yeah,
this time is ridiculous.
Yeah, doing it in the morning is rough. Like, people work.
Yeah, what are you doing setting it up at 8:30 in the morning? Do they not know how traffic on the 836 looks at 8 in the morning? It's a zoo out there. I don't want to be caught anywhere on the 836 between 6 in the morning and 9 in the morning. And they're opening up the parking lot like at 9 or something like that. Like, what? I don't want to have to go there so early in the morning. So
well, it reminds me of when I went with my wife on March 10th, I think it was, in 2020, when they first let us into what was Inter Miami Stadium at the time, then became Drive Pink, then became Chase Stadium. And we got to go out there for that. And it was just a vibe. Like, you really didn't go out there to watch the training, really. You're going out there just to get the ambiance, get the feel of the stadium, get to see the stadium. And I'll never forget, that was a really cool moment for me because I had always wanted to have season tickets to a team. It was the first time I did it. And me and my wife got to do that. We bought a couple Heinekens and we were just vibing out. And now if I were to go on Thursday, I don't know if I am, but if I were, can't drink because I probably got to go to work after. Like, it's just completely different circumstances. I really hate that they did it in the morning.
So I wanted to bring up a comment here. Sean is saying park and ride Metro Rail. I mean, that's what I plan on doing if I take the Metro. I'm parking in Dadeland, and I'm going to take the Orange Line. Because the Orange Line, by the way, for those of you who don't know, takes you straight to the airport. But the thing is, they take you over to like the airport terminal where I think you're in walking distance. I haven't even really looked into it, but I believe you're a walking distance. Mike V is saying Miami-Dade Transit will Uber you to the train station for $250. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're taking the bus. So, and I don't know if there's going to be any tailgating, Mark. I would probably check with like the supporter groups or whatever. Oh, and there's a picture by Danny. Yep, that's the exact same picture I saw. Yep.
Yeah, that was Estadio Azteca. I wasn't in Nashville. That was in Mexico.
Okay, I see.
And you can't see anything.
I'm punching people in the face. I'm punching people in the face. If I'm paying season tickets to get blocked like that, that's like getting, what is it? Like I mean, you're getting obstructed view and you're paying the top dollar to sit front row. I'm punching people in the face.
And I don't blame you.
Hold on. Lucho Lalo saying walking distance from Metro to new stadium, less than 20 minutes. Lucho, hit me up on DM. You need to tell me what route you're taking because I'm going to get in touch with my rep, but I fully intend on taking the Metro this weekend, even though there's like a 30-minute delay on the weekends.
All right, Chris. Well, we covered the international break, the players, the stadium, and Casemiro. It's not happening. Anything else that you want to touch on before we head out of here? And by the way, Battered Soccer fans coming on, as soon as this ends, we're just going to be talking about the summer transfer window, which is going to have a couple interesting names that are possibly going to come over here.
No, man, it's been great. Finally, we got to get on and talk Herons and new stadium stuff. Super exciting. It's less than 5 days, 6 days to the next game, to the first game.
To the first game. And we got Austin, which I haven't reached out to them. Actually, I have to reach out to them right now. We're going to have an Austin representative to preview to preview the Austin game, and shout out to Trexel.
Shout out to Trexel, yeah.
They just corrected me on their pronunciation. Appreciate you, because that was a great idea. We did it a little late, so maybe a little unorganized. Maybe Chris will do a better job next time.
I'm sorry. Lucho Lalo saying Metro Rail Station, Airport Station to the stadium, less than 10-minute walk, not the Metro ride. Well, yeah, I intend on getting off the Metro rail. I'm not taking a single bus. If I got to take a bus, then I'm coming from Dolphin.
All right. Well, we might be there Thursday, but regardless, we'll be back on Wednesday night to preview the Austin game. And for those of you that are members, appreciate you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. For those of you that are members, for La Ventanita, we do it every Tuesday and Friday morning. So make sure you tune in for that if you're a member. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And we'll be back on Wednesday for the Austin preview. We'll be back tonight, right after this, for the Battered Soccer fans. And then after that, we got Las Garzas coming at you in Espanol. And then we got La Ventanita tomorrow morning. And if you haven't already, Battered Marlins fans, Battered Heat fans, Battered Dolphins fans, all for your listening pleasure.
Luis Diaz to Miami.
And they want it on a TAM deal. It's just the funny part. Yeah. You're playing with Messi. Take a discount to play with Messi. All right. Appreciate everybody. And until the next one, have a good one.